So what can you do now for those labs? So one is I would get familiar with the stage one regulatory controls, which would be having a system for reviewing complaints for the MDRs, corrections, removals, and plan for establishing those kinds of procedures. And think about what you might do for hiring, training personnel, and for software. But I would not do anything right now because there will be time, and as I'll discuss in a moment, it's not absolutely 100% certain what the fate of this rule will be. I would also begin thinking about what the pathway will be for tests, particularly for complex tests that are likely to be de novo or PMA. Again, I would not spend time or money working on submissions yet, but I would begin thinking about that because particularly for high-risk devices that are PMAs, 3.5 years goes by quickly, and if you need to have it submitted in 3.5 years from June 6th, that time is going to be short. However, again, I would minimize cost in the short run because there are possibilities that this rule will be altered in some way or struck down. So the LDT debate's been going on for 32 years. FDA first issued a compliance policy guide in 1992 talking about its authority to regulate LDTs, back then called home brews. I wouldn't say it's a final chapter, but if the rule survives, it's going to profoundly affect diagnostic testing in the United States, not just for labs, but the whole industry in some unforeseen ways. Now, as far as we go back to one slide, what might happen? Although the debate's been going on for 32 years, we now have a final rule. There are three ways in which it might change. One is there could be litigation, and the rule could be struck down. Second is Congress could act. As I imagine most people on the call know, Congress considered the Ballot Act for over the years. Ballot would be a legislative fix. And FDA just indicated yet again this very week that they would be interested in ballot. A lot of stakeholders are interested in ballot. The adoption of this rule may put more pressure on Congress and various parties to come together on legislation. So there is that possibility. And third is the election in November. I don't know what will happen with the election. If the Republicans were to win, I can't say that the rule would be put on hold. However, given that all this is entirely discretionary, as Gail mentioned, the regulatory part is just a few words. It would be very easy for a new administration to put this on hold or substantially modify the terms of this. So those are three events: legislation, litigation, and election that could have a bearing on what happens with the rule. And we should know about all those in the next few months, November being the last of the events to find out. We'll certainly know by November about the election, and the other two, perhaps before then.